Okay, and so another broadcast begins. We've got Clash of the Surfers, myself, International Master Keaton Kira, against a very strong International Master Michael Brown. And we already started the match, and so far Michael won one game, and the other two were draws. And now we continue. So I should be playing black this game. Let's see if Michael accepts my challenge. Tell him, come on, Michael, we're on live here. Accept the challenge. Wow, this is really slow on my internet. What the heck is this? Okay, he should now accept the challenge. Anytime now. What is he doing? Okay, let me cancel it and send another challenge. I don't get it. Oh, okay, let's start. Okay, so c4. Let's play g6. Maybe go to a King's Indian type structure. Okay, so since he fianchettoed, I think I'll go with this Grunfeld. So takes, knight takes, and bring the knight back to b6. It's pretty standard in these positions. So he's playing it like an English, the way you'd play an English against the Grunfeld. So I'm going to play for knight c6 and e5, and try to post the knight on d4. Okay, I guess I probably want to play h6. It's important to control the g5 square. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and put the knight on d4, and then play c6, and then maybe the other knight will go on d5. Michael's a very strong, very strategic player. You might want to leave the bishop on c8 for a while, since his knight can always come into e5. But he has to be a little bit careful about my knight coming into c3. Maybe at some point I can play. Okay, he voluntarily moved the knight. So what about knight c3? Is that an overextension? I'm not sure. The pawn on c3 can be very strong. And I have the two bishops and the dark squares. I'm not sure I mind this. Unless he wins the pawn immediately, then maybe I mind. Is he just winning the pawn immediately? That kind of sucks. I didn't realize that. Okay, let's try for some counterplay on the queen side. Gotta try to make the two bishops worth something. I can play for rook e8, maybe try to bring my rook in somewhere in the a file. Maybe I can demonstrate some compensation. Our games always tend to come down to the wire, big time scrambles. But in our last game, it looked like for sure I was going to win the end game, but with only something like 3 seconds on the clock, Michael was able to find a creative way to save it. We're playing 3 minutes with a 2-second increment, so we get 2 seconds back every time we make a move. b5, returning the pawn, but then he wants to get the knight to d5. Okay, I'll take the pawn, so at least the queen side is liquidated out, and this seems like a pretty reasonable square for the queen. Maybe I'll play for bishop d7, bishop c6. Some ideas like this. Queen b3. Okay, probably bishop d7. I'm not quite sure what white wants to play for here. I might play rook a3 pretty soon. And bishop c6 is also a pretty solid move, which bolsters the position. It's annoying for white that he can never play rook a1 because the bishop is so strong on the dark diagonal. I'm not sure what should be white's plan in this position, but I'm sure Michael will find something creative. Alright, queen b4, he wants the endgame. What do we think of the endgame? Okay, probably there's no avoiding the endgame here. Well, maybe there's avoiding the endgame. We're up on time, we can think a little bit. Could play queen, because the problem with the endgame is then you can't put the bishop on c6. So okay, let's try queen e5 and put a little bit of pressure on e2. Then we can play for bishop c6. Well, bishop c6 always knight e7, but I want to try to play for maybe rook a2 or rook a4, something like that. Maybe at some point king h7 so that we don't have to worry about knight b6. Okay. Maybe we have to play rook d8 to guard everything. Okay, so e3 guards the e2 pawn and prepares maybe to play d4. Question is, what should we play for here? So d4 and just start to stand strategically worse. But we can play bishop c6 maybe because the d pawn is hanging, so we unleash an attack on the d3 pawn. So d4 is not a surprising move. Now we have to move our queen to guard c6. So maybe it seems like a queen trade is great for us, but maybe it's okay. Threatening bishop takes g2 because we're on the knight, so at least we can try to make his knight a little bit uncomfortable. If he takes on c6, we're always happy to take with the pawn. At least it seems like Michael doesn't know what to do, so that's probably a good sign. If he has to take, that's a pretty big concession. d5. Okay. Interesting. So what if bishop e8? He's going for some high wire stuff. If we go bishop d7, he just trades and goes rook b1. And he's going to win that pawn, so I think we have to play bishop e8. But now he's going to play knight c8. But then, how do we want to play here? Okay, let's play rook a6. That's his idea. To attack b7. I feel like we have to try to make our b pawn dangerous and coordinate with the bishop. Oh, he just wants to queen the pawn. Okay. We have to try to target that d6 pawn. Yeah, just coordinating his pieces well. Are we going to win the pawn finally? If we win the pawn, okay, we win the pawn, so here it's a pretty decent drawing chance. If we don't get forked. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit from the streaming. Can try to attack f2, it's a little tender. Really? Let's see what's happening. What is going on? We're winning, but we have to make sure to finish the job. At least our bishop's dominating his knight pretty nicely now. Let's try to break through this fortress. Looks like it should be over now. I was a little bit worried about the lag that might cost us time, but now White's losing material by force. Okay, we got a little bit lucky there. Michael didn't play his best in the time scramble and over-push that position a little bit. Alright, so let's go e4 and play against this vaunted King's... Oh, we've got a Berlin. Okay, let's play this line. A pretty boring line. I'll take on d5. Bishop f1. The idea is to try to get the knight to d5 and try to get two bishops. Okay, here we can play d4. F5, no. I think we can play d5 here. Okay, those are two bishops. Hopefully we don't have too many structural problems. Okay, let me try to figure out this position. c3 is hanging. That's one very important observation. Well, you know what's one of the best things about weak pawns? They're good pawns to sacrifice. So what if we play a4, allow queen c3, and then we have rook a3 ideas or bishop a3 ideas, and maybe some compensation. We have two bishops, and we have a passed pawn in the, or not passed pawn, but a pawn in the center that could be dangerous, and we have development, so let's see what we can make of it. Okay, 3, and okay. Have to play for some compensation. Now he wants to play d6, so we should play that. Oh, but he would take with the knight. Tricky guy. Tricky guy that he is. So what should we play here? Definitely he wants to play d6. Is there any way to fight against that? Spending some time, because this is a critical juncture of the game. We have to prove something here, or we may perish. If we play d6, knight takes d6, is there anything for us? Feels like there should be something. Maybe there's not. I'm gonna go for it just because it's, I don't see anything concrete, but just because it's gonna make it harder for him to develop. He knows I spent some time on it, so he won't take it too lightly at least. So if he takes on d6, how do we continue? I mean, it's the critical move for sure. Is there anything in taking and sacrificing the exchange? I don't see anything there. Take. I just don't see anything there. I'd like for there to be something, but I don't see it. If rook g3 or something, his knight will come back to f5. Well, there we could try rook g5 and maybe d5. Okay, this looks interesting. Let's try for this. The idea is that he goes knight f5 and rook g5, and we try to create some problems with his knight being on the same line as his queen. Yeah, okay. Well, now his queen is really shut out of the game, so can we organize something? Let's try bishop d3. Have to strike while his queen is out. If he plays g6, then be very tempted to sacrifice some exchange and try for a dark square attack. More than tempted, I think it would happen pretty fast. Come on, Michael, I dare you to play g6. f6. Well, okay, but now we're going to have two bishops for a rook. This is going to get interesting. So definitely he wants to trade off the rook. Don't know. It's the best way to play here. Okay, let's try to keep pieces. If queen takes a4, we'll go for queen h5. Maybe rook d8, h6. Back. Oh, d4, no, the bishop c4. He does not have that. He wants to swing his queen over somewhere. Okay, we gotta get some pieces in the attack. And we want to try to keep pieces on the board. We also have to play a little bit fast because time's an issue. Maybe he can. Maybe here he can play d4. He's probably calculating like d4, queen f6, takes on e3, takes on g6, takes on f2, king takes f2. Does he have a queen check? He doesn't have a queen check there though, isn't that weird? So maybe that variation works for white. e6, we should get a rook out of that pin, it's nothing but trouble. It's an attack on his b pawn. Just gonna prepare h4 so that we can do something on the king side. I don't know what he's doing with queen a2 exactly. Because now we can play for queen g4 ideas and try to break through on g6. And h5 is coming too. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that move we did. Alright, well, h5 it is. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Alright, you tempt me. You tempt me, Michael. Oh, queen g6 I missed. Played too much time pressure. Now it's winning for black. Did he play that move? Okay. No, that game, I don't know, some in the critical moment, something went wrong. We had a lot of chances there. Alright, let's play another one. He used too much time early in the game, though. Wow, he dares to test me in the Sicilian. Alright, let's go e6. It's one of my favorite lines against the closed Sicilian. I'm going to try to take away this d5 square and then play b4 and kick his knight back. And then play d5. Even if he takes, well, we could have taken on the bishop, but this looks pretty good. Play for space. Now I just develop the king side. We have all that queen side space, so I'm not too heartbroken to have this position. Where's this guy go? Probably here. Now we've got all our pieces connected. Maybe our knight will go on e4. Knight e5, he wants to change the position. Maybe we don't need to take right now. So we could take later. So let's play knight e4. Might as well leave that option open. Well, I didn't exactly see that we were losing that pawn, but maybe we can find compensation for it. Unintentional pawn sacrifice. Put some pressure on d4. Maybe c3, but then we can trade it and play rook c8 and we have some targets. If rook b1, maybe we can play knight d4, I'm not sure. No, I guess we can't. Just pawn takes c4, and then our bishop hangs. So what's the best move here? His knights are very strong. It's hard to move our queen. anywhere because of those knights. I don't want to go bishop a8 because knight b6. That's a pain. So what can we do here? Rook c7. Then he can play for d5. And he's got bishop b6 coming. It's the thing playing against Michael. He always finds ways to coordinate his pieces very well. And I'm really not sure what to do here. Oh, I just have to play bishop a8. Knight b6 rook b8. Let's see what else to play. So how is white going to try to realize this extra pawn? Queen e4. Should we play for tricks? Try knight d4. I should just play like king g2 or something. Okay, that works too. Because now knight d4 he takes on f6 and then queen takes on d4. Okay, bishop d8. Try to play against his knight. Some space over here. It's probably a bad move, but I'm going to try to make something happen. Rook b7. Well, seems like a pretty reasonable move. To the end game we go. Most likely. Okay, so he wants to double on the 7th rank. Seems like quite a good plan. Maybe we shouldn't have played f5 after all. That's kind of what I was feeling. What should we do here? These are the fine chances. Yeah, this is terrible. She's nothing more. Okay. Next game. Okay, let's play e4 again. Maybe another Berlin. Okay, no, more of a mainline this time. Okay, I'm not a big expert on the main line, but let's try it. I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage here. Michael's played this position against Wesley So. Alright, so this is the Chigorin. This is the only plan I know. Try to disgrace the knight. Yeah, Craig Hilby was just showing me this, how that knight can kind of get around, like back to f7, back to the king side. I'm really at a loss for plans here, so I'll just make normal moves. Yeah, that's right. That knight likes to come to g7, like after bishop h6. I'm not so sure if bishop h6 is the right approach or not. I guess it makes sense. What do I want to play for? I guess g4 makes sense. Oh, that's a pawn. Well, not really a pawn sacrifice, because c3 is tender. Not exactly sure what we can do on the king side. Okay, so he wants to trade the bishops. If he trades the bishops, his knight's going to be a pain to deal with. So it still makes sense. Maybe try to trade off his knight. It's still kind of hard for black to... Well, I guess Michael's going to try to prove me wrong on that. I was going to say it should be hard for black to break through. King g3. And pretty easy though to get mated on the h file in this position. I would think rook h8 would come next. Might be a little bit hard for black to get the queen into the attack, but maybe not. Rook h8, maybe we should play rook h1. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Wasn't anticipating that move. Okay. Good calculation by Michael. So if we take the bishop, then queen d7 mates us. So should we play here? I guess challenge the rook. Have to play this position down the pawn. Try to bring the rooks into the game. But here it's a tough technical position for white, being a pawn down and having this bad bishop. It's a position that black can just try to grind forever. Okay, now I feel like we have to trade. Well, Michael probably won't be too heartbroken about this, but trade the queens. Try to hold on, lay a pawn down. Can we do anything on the queen side? I don't know if it's possible to break through anywhere. This rook h3 is a good move because, oh, okay, he's trying to lock it up and get that. I guess we just have to lock this up and then try to break through with like a3 and get a rook in through the a file to attack some targets. Yeah, that's our future. Our bishop just has to come around. If we go there though, then no, we have to start with this. If we take though, we have to give up that square on c5, but maybe it's hard for him to use because if he ever goes knight c5, we can take on a5. So let's just ask black how he's making progress here. We would play rook b2. That situation. So Okay, let's go here. That's about all we can do. Yeah, and then after king d2, knight c5. If we take on a5, he takes on... Or no, he's not taking on b3 there. So rook will be out of dodge. Problem is we're very tied down though. Black can just bring in his king. I don't even know what our next move is. I guess just like some rook a4 or something. Let's go back. Okay. It's an interesting idea. Oh, I guess now the idea is that e4 is tender. Trying to stay away from his knight. I don't know though. I don't know exactly how Black's gonna win this. His rook and knight are coordinating very well, so clearly it's good for Black. But how is he going to finish the game? Okay, bishop f3. E4 he has. Okay, that makes sense. So try something with the passed pawn. It's our only chance. No chance. Alright. Alright, I'm getting beat up. Okay, let's play it like reverse London. Okay, so it's kind of like a London versus a ready position. Prevent b4. Probably drag the bishop back here. Yeah, this is a typical plan. Okay, maybe we'll try defend g7 and try to neutralize the bishops with bishop f6. Let's try for that. If he plays d4, at least we gain some squares. Alright, let's go for a queen trade. Okay. So what's going on in this endgame? It doesn't seem like Black should be any worse. It's definitely the most successful opening I've had in a few games. Okay. Keep a little bit off balance. What should be the plan here? So we can improve our king. Maybe bring the king to d6. I don't see why not. Okay, at least we activate the rook. It's kind of like a minority attack. But if he plays b5, then we can play c5, so... Seems like the king should be okay in the center. We have the a file. Yeah, bringing the knight to c5 seems like a good plan. If knight c5, then maybe we can just take and king c7. I'm hoping that maybe someday we can sacrifice the rook on d3 in some trick where our bishop comes to the game to play against his king. Alright, so he's on b7. I think we can play rook b8. I don't think he has a sacrifice. Let's hope not. Okay, h3. These knights are very annoying. Our knight on f6 is not doing anything, so let's try to improve it. It's a dangerous position. So I don't think knight c7 works, because then there should be a sacrifice. So Michael's doing the right thing. He's just taking space and just improving his position. So I'm not really sure how to do the same. Okay, let's fight a little bit over here. More than anything, my idea is just to be able to play like knight g7, knight e6, because we can't play knight c7 because of his sacrifice. So, play for knight g7. I don't think he knew at first that that was the idea. Maybe now he knows. He could trade on g5 and try to play h4, play for an outside pass pawn. It's a tricky position. It's hard to tell what the best plans and ideas are here. I mean, he could even sack on c6. He's going to get 3 pawns for a piece, so it's an interesting sacrifice. He could try it. I'll pre-move. Yeah, there we go. Alright. The sack is on. Knight c6. I don't know. Maybe it was just winning for him then. Are there any tricks to play for? Probably not many. Feels like he's giving me more chances than he should. It's still quite winning for him. Excellent. Maybe we have some chance. Oh my god, the blunder I made. That sucks. Fought their way back into the game and then that. Had some chance there. Alright, let's go Trompowski. Okay, let's try to set up this stone wall structure. And try to stick the knight on e5. Okay, maybe the queen on f3. This could be dangerous for black. I think he's let me get a pretty ideal setup here for white. Is he going to take on d2? What's going on after it takes on d2? Takes on f3, check. Takes back on f3. If we take with the pawn, then well, I guess he could just take with the rook and defend his knight. So, yeah, maybe this is an escape for him. Okay, let's see. Takes, I think we'll take with the pawn and try to open the g file and control the e4 square. Okay, so just king f2 and try to play for the g file. Okay, so we trade the knights. Where's this king going? King f8, I guess. I'm trying to play maybe for bishop a4, create some weaknesses in his pawns, but it doesn't feel like white has much here. Well, I guess we're threatening taking on c5, because then if he takes, then we would have bishop a4. If he plays, okay, b4. Okay, so we have the c file. It makes sense to bring our king to d2. Okay, so he wants to play for a5, a4. Oh, play rook c1, no. Okay, I guess rook c1 is okay. Bishop a5, king d2. Should we play f5 maybe? That doesn't matter, he's gonna go a4 anyway. Seems like this endgame is very equal. Oh, well, now we can play this. Since we're taking stuff with check. At least gives us something to play for. Maybe gives him something to play for too. Trade the bishops. Get g6 if he takes. I don't know how he's going to play here. Maybe rook g8. But then at least we get to open a file. Okay, his plan's to go with his king. Yeah, if he makes it past g pawn, then it could be trouble for us. But okay, we should guard the second rank. I guess he has to go. He should play g4 and then... Okay, we should start from this move. And he'll go king g5 and then probably e4, because we have to break somewhere. Then it's going to be a race of passed pawns. Oh, I didn't really think this through, that he could play f4. Apparently he saw that. This guy doesn't miss much. Seems like his pawns are faster, yeah? Should be winning for black. No, I played that careless, but I don't know. Maybe white was becoming worse anyway. Alright, another close Sicilian. And then knight f6. Okay, got an open Sicilian. Is it possible to take on e4 here? Let's see, why not? Central fork trick. Yeah, I guess that's nothing special. Bishop c6, queen d7. So bishop go here. Oh, maybe here is better. Defend both pawns and then try to... White's actually a little better in this endgame though. Try to play to shut that bishop out. And play for f6, e5, this kind of structure. Wow, b4 is creative. So if takes, rook b1, a5, c3, we have a problem. Let's force the bishop back to d2. Or not. Alright, so he wants to play maybe b5. I don't know how to develop here. b5 is coming, I guess, to try this again. So their bishop will be protected. Okay, we have to take with the rook. Alright, feels like maybe we're out of the woods here. That's the way to play though. I mean, it's hard for him to do much because of his back rank, so I'm trying to see if we can play king f7 or if we have to settle for castling. Looks like king f7 should be playable. Rook a7, king e6, something like that. Okay, so he solved his back rank problems, but let's take care of our 7th rank and then we won't have any problems. Maybe even we can play this endgame for a win. Yeah, I mean, why not? Gotta go for it. Yeah, controlling the c-file is a good idea for him. I'm trying to think if we want to play h5 and try to do something over there. I guess he would probably just play h3. Well, maybe we can try it. h5, h3, trade, rook h4, f3, e4. Maybe we have something. Or maybe he would just go bishop f2 there. Yeah, I don't think it's much. Yeah, we're a little bit behind on time too, so to play a little bit quicker. I think h3 is just reasonable. I don't think we have anything there. If h3 trades, rook h4, f3. If we go e4, then he has bishop f2. So I'm just gonna play over here. It's g5. Oh, rook takes e5. Blundered that. That was not smart. Okay, I'm gonna try to play for some targets. Well, I just have no idea what to do. This is crazy. Can just find every way possible to lose a position. I mean, this is one of the more unlosable endgames you'll get, so just 4 pawns against 3. It's disappointing. You just can't make decisions in time pressure. Some cheesy mate. I guess there's no short side, long side defense here because my rook is too close. Yeah, there's that. Okay, it was a close one. I mean, you shouldn't lose that ending. I mean, it was just 3 pawns against 3 pawns, but I found ways to create tactical problems for myself, so there you go. Okay, Queen's Gambit declined. I know this variation. Play it kind of like a London system. So a tough opponent to play against because he's very accurate, so. I think if I have a chance, it has to be to complicate the position. He understands simple positions too well. He's not bad in complications, but that might be my best chance. I'll try to put some pressure. Maybe we'll think about castling queenside. Yeah, what the heck. Okay. We'll have some fun. I'm not sure where. Where's Black's attack? We trade this guy off. Alright, we're playing some combative chess this game. Bishop f8, I guess, or bishop c7. I want to try to play knight f4. I wasn't really expecting that move. Knight f4, then takes e6, he takes, and I don't see any tactic for us. So. I feel like we should have something here, though. So many ideas, but I don't see. He has a hanging rook on a8, but I don't quite see how to make anything quite work. Seems like he has everything defended. This bishop is pretty strong, too. Again, though, I just sense that's a critical position, so we have to try for something. Alright, I'm not sure about this, but I'm gonna try this idea to play against his rook. And takes, and then bishop g3. I guess he could take with a knight, I didn't really think of that, but probably not. If he takes with a knight, we can move our queen somewhere to hit the knight. So, okay, let me go for this. Can always play d6, and we have some. Wow, exchange sack. Yeah, Michael does like sacking exchanges. Okay. Centralize the queen. And we play for d6 as soon as we can, and then try to get our knight in the game. And maybe, well, I guess also we're threatening g5. g5 is a pretty big threat that he has to be. Okay, he saw that, but let's just renew the threat. Okay, he's on the ropes now. Sometimes in chess you have to have a short memory. This match hasn't been going my way, but gotta keep playing. Black's in a lot of trouble here. Okay, so his idea is to allow his bishop to go back. So we might as well open the H file. That's not going to hurt us. And then maybe d6 probably shouldn't hurt us either. Attacking his rook. Now we got to find a way to get our knight in the game. Maybe knight f4. And bring our knight to like d5 and then either to f6 or e7, something like that. Our king seems pretty safe. I don't quite see what he can do against our king. Maybe he should play c4. Well, if c4, then maybe rook d5, so it's not that easy for him. It's interesting because I think in general I'm stronger than most people in simple positions. It's kind of my style of chess. But this guy is definitely stronger than me in simple positions. However, I'm not saying I'm stronger than him in complicated positions, but I think when the position gets complicated, I have a chance. So that seems to be the correct strategy. Okay, this should be over. If I lose this game, it's really not my night. Okay, but I guess I haven't won yet. Don't know if I can. That's nothing. Mate is coming. f6 is made. Okay. Okay, well, I think I found the strategy. I have to play for timely complications and see how it goes. Oh, he's getting serious now, which means we're going to have to break out the best opening of all time. King's Indian. I'm going to try this line where I play for c6 and d5. Go in here. c5. This gets to be kind of like a Grunfeld. Okay, I haven't seen that move before. I don't think it's right. I'm going to trade it and then bishop g4 should be the drawback of bishop a3. Had an interesting battle with Alexander Ipatov in a tournament game, and this line ended up being a draw. So white has some problems on d4. D2. Alright, so if we take and he takes with the queen, we get the pawn, so maybe he has to take back with the pawn, and this should be in our favor if he has to do that. And then we'll play e6 and try to jam everything up in the center and play against his light squared bishop. I like this position for black. Now we want to play maybe knight a5, knight c4, that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, maybe rook c8 was a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have allowed that break. That may have been foolish. But I guess if knight e7, I'm not sure he can take on b7, because he should have some problem with his bishops. Unless bishop a3 is saving him there. Alright, I think I've learned... Well, okay, I'm going to play knight f5 to start. If he takes, then at least we have our rooks in the center there. Sometimes here he can do an exchange sack, but... Well, we might have to give up something because b7's hanging and our rook is hanging. Because now we don't have the same tricks anymore. Alright, I'm going to go for an exchange sack. Queen h4. I'm going to try to get some pressure on the dark squares. Okay, I think we should take... I don't think we actually need a rook on the c file. No, I think anything with the bishop should be correct. Okay, rook d8. Now we're definitely going to try to get counterplay against the f4 pawn. So should we play knight d4 here, or should we play rook d4, or should we play bishop h6? So bishop h6 I like, because we're kind of, but then he goes rook d1, doesn't he? Okay, so we play rook d4. e6 looks like a pretty good idea. They try to like loosen stuff up and make some targets. e6, I don't know if we take or if we play rook f4. Yeah, he went for it. Probably take makes more sense. What's his idea? Okay, let's take queen b7. Wait, why not just knight d6? Alright, get the exchange back. Okay. Alright, we're doing well now, so What do we want to play for? This bishop makes some sense. I don't know though. I don't want to let this rook get out. It's one of those positions. It's clearly a good position, but it's still tricky. I try to play a little more on the darks. Nah, it just doesn't feel right. Alright, we'll go here. Set up for bishop c5. And his rook still can't move because of queen f2. Okay, I think this was a good move. Bishop c5 is coming and it's hard to stop. No, we're very safe over here. Might be able to play queen b3 and go for a queen trade with queen h3. Seems like a pretty good idea. And we could play bishop. Wow. Wow, really? Okay, rook. Oh, rook takes and he takes her bishop. Queen d4. I guess now he can go queen g3. Queen g3, bishop d6, though, we'll see, because then if queen h3, then rook h5. Oh, but he has queen e3, doesn't he? Alright, outplay it again as usual. So at least make sure we don't lose it this time. Go after the pawn. And king f2, and he's holding everything, and it's starting to look like another loss, isn't it? Alright, well, at least we should make his pieces passive. To try to make some blockade with bishop c5. Can't even take on d3 after king e4. Wow, this is crazy. Wow. Nice way to win. Wow, this is really unbelievable, the positions I lose. I mean, that's just unthinkable to lose that middle game. That's the thing, once the position gets simple, he's so strong, he just sees everything and I don't. You know, I'm just prone to missing little things. Alright, well, that's why I just gotta keep the position complicated and try to beat him somewhere. Try to beat him in chess like that last game with white. I don't know anything about this line, by the way. I'm just gonna play for complications. If I can. It's definitely where I've had my best chances this match. I mean, even that game that was Berlin, like I had a lot of chances in that game. Should go in. That seems reasonable. Try to play over here a little bit. Yeah, it's hard to know what to play for here. I mean, it's possible to play e5, knight d5, knight e4, but just not sure if it's the right idea. But it seems like it's what we have to play for. Maybe we don't have to play knight e4 just yet. Maybe rook c1. So I can move the queen without having problems on c3. Okay, let's put this right here. But I've clearly misplayed this. It's a bad position for white. Okay, take the rook. Try to bring the rook to the king side. I didn't see that tactic. Okay, so is there anything to play for here? Well, this looks like pretty much a lost position. The bishop on h4 the whole game's just been shooting at air. It's been terrible over there. Yeah, he's forcing a trade and there's nothing to play for. He'll resign. Bird's opening. Alright, should be having some fun. Ah, King's Gambit. One thing I know about King's Gambit is trying to build a wedge. G5. Okay, so now should play h6. Make it hard for white to try to take back that pawn. So maybe we can play for like g4, bishop g4, and try to take the d4 pawn. I'm not exactly sure what white does here. You can trade everything off, like on g5 and h8, but it doesn't seem to change much. Okay, so knight d5. The question is, do we want to play for, I guess now he can play c3. So okay, let's liven things up. Let's play g4. Wow, he's sacrificing a whole piece. That's interesting. I've actually seen ideas like that in the King's Gambit before. Well, it's a spirited idea. Alright. Let's try to trade these knights. So we should try to trade some more. This should not be bad. Huh? Alright, we have a piece for a pawn. White still has a lot of central space though. I want to try to bring this rook to f8 and then tuck the king away. Okay. Okay, so queen b5 he wants, but if we just move the rook and then he gives that check, then we have king c8, so I don't see why that should be bad. Should just be able to play here. And everything is safe. Okay, can we go for any tactics on the bishop? Let's see, let's go for a queen trade. This endgame I'm confident I wouldn't lose. Okay, so he wants some queen a7 idea. Knight g4, queen a7 going for mate. Okay, definitely don't put it past me to lose this position, but if I get the queens off, I don't think I would lose. Four. Well, now I should be able to play knight g4. I'm going to blunder the bishop somewhere, did I? It's only queen e6 and queen h3, so should be okay. Something better. Maybe bishop c3, because then queen c3, queen a1, and pawn c3, queen a3, yeah? So it's bishop c3. Now it should be over. Alright. Michael was a little generous there. He didn't play his best open. I might have to play my tricky Roy Lopez line if he plays the main line this time. Okay, let's see. Oh no, he's playing this Neo Steinitz. Can never remember how to play against him. C3. What happened when I played King's Indian setup? I lost, but okay. I'm not a quitter. I'll try this King's Indian plan again. I had a reasonable position that time. Okay, let's just play it like a King's Indian. Actually, I like this position for white. Do we want to take with the bishop? Take with a knight, I'm not sure. I don't really like being in that pin. But it doesn't really seem like his pieces have squares to jump into, so it seems like this should be good for white. It's hard for his pieces to coordinate here. Knight f6. Man, somehow I just want to stick a knight on e6. Definitely don't. I don't want to play e5. The structure seems too solid for him. Okay, I think queen f3. But then he might castle, I'm not sure. Okay, let's think a little bit more. Okay, let's pressure the bishop. If he takes, we'll take with a knight and stick the knight on e6. So I'm not exactly sure what black's going to do here. Can't take on e4 because then we take the bishop and the position is getting too open, I think, for black. Seems like it has to be flawed. Wow, come on. I don't believe in that move. No, now we have to open the position. If he plays knight h7. Rook e1 and castles. Okay, maybe h4. Force the bishop to do something. Alright, let's take it. Alright, so he wants to castle queenside. Okay, let's attack over there. If he castles, then probably c6 will be played. He's daring me. Problem with c6 is I'm not quite sure what to do if he takes it. His bishop is a little loose on h4. Trying to see if we could do anything about that. Alright, let's start from queen f4, and then after he moves the bishop, then maybe c6. And then queen a4. That's the idea. Then we have some targets. I'm Interesting position though. Michael's done a good job to complicate the position, because it looked kind of bleak for him, but now I'm not sure. Now it just looks complicated. Still seems like White has good attacking chances, but not 100% sure what's going on here actually. Some interesting moves. Maybe King B7. Wow, he takes. Okay. Take here. Alright, what's the plan? Could play Rook F4, intending Rook B4. Could play Knight B5. I guess either way he's going to play for C6. Or well, if Rook F4 he would play C5. Let's bring a new piece. I feel like this has to be the right approach. This also prevents Bishop D4. So I would anticipate, okay, he plays D4. Okay. Yeah, so C5. So now his queen can get over there to B7. Alright, let's try to open it up. It's going to get wild. It's queen B7 and then C4, right? Yeah, keep the position closed. Alright, let's go for it. Problem is now he has a mate threat. He can go Rook G8 at the right time. Well, he has to take first. Not his queen. Take Rook G8. And we probably play Rook F2. Then we're threatening Bishop F4. And at some point we want to play Rook B1 and move our knight and try to use the B file. But Bishop F4 is a threat right now. Okay, now we have the Rook B1. Bishop F4. Should be winning. Should be crushing. Yeah. Okay. Interesting game. Let's go with the modern. Gotta mix it up. And play for B5. Yeah, that's a pretty good plan he used. Alright, I'm gonna play this idea takes in D5. The idea is that if pawn takes, we go knight B6 and take back the pawn on D5. Could take with a knight too, but maybe I should have taken with a knight. I'm not so sure about this position. I'm gonna play Bishop B7 because I don't like his knight coming into C6. You gotta be careful though, we don't want to get in one of those squeeze positions. Alright, so the problem is that the bishop on B7 is a pretty bad piece, but I don't want the knight coming into C5. So let's take that and then play for knight E4. Then maybe at some point we'll play E6 and kind of solidify the pawn on D5. I'd say the only problem here for us is we have a bad bishop. He just wants to double the rooks on the C file. I'm not sure what I should do against that. Well, this rook is garbage, so let's try to trade it off and then maybe bring the queen over to b8 or something like that. Might be a plan. Okay, trade that off. No, queen b8 runs into knight d7, although we have queen e8, but it just doesn't feel right. Queen b6, he also has knight d7. At some point, I want to make the trade, but then we can never play d4 if we make that trade. So maybe queen d6. Yeah, that might be the most solid. Try to do something with our queen. I think that rook trade was good because now he at least has to be a little bit careful about his back rank. I still think this position is a little bit better for white. Let's see. Do we have to play knight f6? It'd be kind of a downer. So I think we do. Okay. Could play rook c8 and play for a trade of rooks. Alright, he's just trying to squeeze on the queen side. How can we play for counterplay? There's all this queen c7 stuff coming up. Alright, I'm going to put the bishop here so that it won't be such a liability. And it still controls c6. I'm going to try to play for some kind of counter. Yeah, he's just going for this. So I'm going to try to play for some kind of counter play on the king side. Maybe knight h5. Then we're on his knight. That's not necessarily a bad square for our knight. Because, you know, sometimes he could hop into f4 or something like that. Now we could take on e5, then he'd have to take with the pawn. And then we play queen e6. Or we could play queen e6 first. I'm not quite sure what's... I guess might as well play queen e6 first. Because then his knight's pinned. Then he could play queen d7. So maybe we should take first so that he doesn't have queen d7 there. Now we look for some kind of activity. He might play g4 to try to restrict our knight. But maybe we could even play knight f6 because of the pin on his bishop. If not that, then we'd have to play for knight g7. But it seems like maybe if g4, then knight f6 would be okay. Not sure what else he's going to play for here. It's a tricky position. It's not easy to handle with either side. We could also try to play knight g7. If he doesn't play g4, knight g7, knight f5, and try to make our knight a little bit more active. Queen f5 also looks like something that would be good, so that our queen can get a little bit more active. Yeah, you know, here I'm okay with queen f5. Let's go for some counterplay. We unpin the d pawn and prepare at some moment to push d4 and try to get our bishop in the game. The queen d3 is an idea, knight f4 is an idea. Wow, this guy's so greedy. Just gotta punish that. I don't know how to... Maybe queen d3. What does he have on queen d3? Hitting both his bishops. Can you try bishop h6? I don't know what's going to happen there. Well, we'd have at least a perpetual. Bishop d5, bishop f8, queen d1, queen d2. We couldn't lose that position. But it seems like it's his best try. But wait, no, we should win this because after bishop f8, he doesn't have a threat. So we should have time to get our pieces coordinated and set up a mate, I would think. If there's any justice in chess. Do we have a knight f4? Knight f4, then he has to go rook c2, but then I honestly don't see what we have after rook c2, which is so ridiculous. Oh, please don't tell me we have to make a draw here. I just don't see what we do after rook c2. Man, come on. Really? Nah, I'm going for it. I'm not gonna make a draw. Take this thing. King is safe. Oh wow, we're really low on time. Wow, this is crazy. Oh wow, it's going to take a knight first. Wait, no, it's still not made. Thought we had made. Wait, I'm mating that? Oh yeah. Oh, what can we do? This is a crazy game. We went for it, but I missed some mate here. No, I mean here actually after King A1, Queen A3, I think he has Rook A2 and it's winning for him. The queen and pieces just aren't quite enough to attack with. Huh, I'm just not sure. Not sure what exists here. Okay, well anyway, very interesting match. I'm pretty tired, so I think I probably have to call it a match. What can I say? I mean, Michael played really well. He's very gifted at being able to get a thread of a position very quickly. So, you know, even if the position's semi-complicated and he has 2 or 3 seconds left, he can just get the thread and play well. And I'm used to that. Okay, he's apologizing. He's a great guy, a good friend. I was definitely not fortunate this match. I mean, it should have been a lot closer than this. A lot of the games that I lost were just positions that I should never lose. But like I was saying, like when we're both low on the clock, he just seems to handle the positions better and more solidly than I do. That's why he's a very strong blitz player and a very strong player. So it's a fun match, and hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did.